coming straight to you from audio.com. This is
free audio books.
Free audiobooks. Audio Jungle. Yeah. You get to you want to download fucking Into Club by 50 Cent, but you end up getting like a fucking Trojan, man. You ever use LimeWire or some shit?
Is that like a pirating service?
Okay, so you could have just said no. For music, yeah.
I've never pirated anything in my life, actually.
Never anything?
No, because I'm terrified of doing it.
I mean, it's fair.
I did install free Minecraft on my HP laptop when I was 8.
Everyone's done this, yeah.
Yeah, needless to say, it doesn't work anymore.
The laptop or the Minecraft?
I don't think either of it worked.
Okay.
So, yeah. I even went up to my parents. I was like, hey, look, it's free Minecraft. And they were like,
sounds
okay.
Good.
Yeah. So, equally my parents' fault, I would say.
Sure. You could say that.
I was like,
you could
6.
say it.
I said it.
Then that's all.
Anyway, Jackson, I have a question for you. Unless you had one that was
What do you want to ask me, man?
I was gonna ask you. I don't know if we've had this conversation before, but do you believe in the idea of soulmates?
I didn't know what you were gonna hit me with, but I didn't expect that.
I just had this conversation recently with someone, and I want to hear your thoughts on it.
You know, recently I watched the movie Past Lives, which came out in 2023, which is about like this Korean girl and boy, and they meet like in elementary school, and then the girl she immigrates to the U.S. And they live their own lives separately, but then they like reconnect over Skype, and there's this idea of like, you know, we're not right for each other like right now, but like in our past lives, you know, like you have to meet each other so many times in your past lives before it ends up working out eventually.
Like literal past lives.
Yeah. Which it's like some old Korean like proverb or something like that. And that's one of my favorite movies that I've watched recently, but I was like, man, this shit is not fucking real. The girl just wants to cheat on her husband with her old friend, you know what I mean? Like, it's not you know, it's difficult to say. Sometimes you ever like you're talking to someone and you're like, oh, how'd you meet? Like you're talking to a couple and they're like, oh yeah, we both met while we were working at Micro Center or something like that. You know, I think you wanna believe that it was, because the feeling is so strong, you know?
But like, you're gonna have to meet somehow, you know? It is coincidence that you end up meeting, but like that's how everyone meets anyone in any kind of relationship.
But people want to believe that they're like the main character, you know? Which you are, in a way.
In your own life, for sure.
But like also, you know, a lot of people end up working at Micro Center. It was just luck of the draw.
Yeah, that you found someone you were emotionally compatible with.
Yeah,
I feel
there's like
it's
a million people that could have they put the puzzle pieces together or whatever.
Exactly. And to me, I feel like the logical part of my brain is like there's a subset of people who would be like your perfect match.
Yeah.
Just like based on emotional compatibility, values, all of that stuff, attraction, whatever. I don't believe it doesn't make statistical sense that it's one specific person.
No.
I guess in theory there is one person that would be the best match, but like there's a lot that would be a very, very good match.
But like, how do you measure that? You know what I'm saying?
Based off yourself, you know? Just deciding who you like.
This is a Black Mirror episode. I was thinking about this recently because I forget which dating app it was, but they said they were doing like they're putting AI into their dating. So it was like the AI matches you up with the people that it thinks you would be the best fit for because it's AI and it can do these things with numbers and data, and it
Mhm.
has the data and it has your data and the government has it now and they're gonna shoot you in your sleep.
True, and they'll
But
send you off to heaven with your perfect match.
I saw that headline and I was like, it's like this is like literally a Black Mirror episode where the
Oh,
dating
this is a
apps like
thing.
yeah. This is a thing where
Oh,
like
did
the
not
dating
know that.
apps have like a digital copy of like your entire brain or whatever, and then they like do simulations of you a million times in the digital universe to see who you'd be most compatible with. And it's like, you know, if we're using AI to determine who we're supposed to like be with, then where's like the human intention? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets rid of all of that, the
But
natural
does it,
human
like, message
messiness
the
that
person
makes.
for you? Or, like
No, 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 no. It just does like the internal matching, I think. And then I mean, I guess you could use AI to message them if you wanted to do that, which I'm sure a
right.
lot of stupid people are.
Ow. Yeah, sorry, I just hit my hand on my desk. No, yeah, I'm sure a lot of Tinder, one-liners are now ChatGPT generated,
Oh yeah,
so,
100%, man.
yeah.
And AI doesn't have rizz. We could say that.
No, it doesn't. It's too I was gonna say it's too polite, but the people who message on Tinder need a little more politeness,
Mm.
so, I don't know. Also, everything that's written by AI sounds like AI, so
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine myself as someone who I'm the guy who's receiving the ChatGPT message and it's like, Jackson, I really appreciate your emotional availability and
this is
like
something I really desire in a partner of mine.
uh,
Would you be interested on going on a date for coffee or pizza or
our recent date
Italian
satisfied
food?
all of my criteria that I'm looking for in a significant other. They hit you with the
You're
semicolon in a sentence, bro. Nah, I'm out, dude.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
What's the I forgot the one word ChatGPT would use all the time.
Delve.
Does it use delve?
It uses delve a lot, or at least it used to.
I think for me it used inherently a lot.
Yeah.
Which I was like, it just doesn't. There are certain words now that are just ruined because it
Yeah.
just looks like it's ChatGPT. Delve would be one of those for
I think there
sure.
was I think it was Delve where there was a study that came out where it was like after 2022 the number of academic journals that were using the word delve like increased by like 800,000% or whatever. That's funny,
It's
man.
crazy. Oh man. Yeah, but I would not want AI messaging my future partner for me. And like you said, the messiness is kind of part of it. Is I feel like you have to fuck up to like, learn.
Fucking up is the
It's like
donut of the
anything in
heart,
life.
man.
Yeah. The don't what?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It's season 2 of Jack and Zaxter, another edition of everyone's favorite
Hello.
side adventure on the show that
The
happens every
spin-off
time Henry is in
series
Japan for some reason.
every time. But this time it's special because he's not coming back.
He's not coming back, man. That was the last time we did one of these was when Henry was in Japan last year.
Is that true?
Yeah, yeah.
That's so funny.
So now
Okay.
we're
Well,
back here again. It's like a cyclical thing.
well, I was gonna say, well, next time I want to go to Japan, but like you guys do the show without me anyway, because
Yeah,
that's
it
kind of
wouldn't really
that's
change.
the actual show. You just have to mention it on that episode that Zach is in Japan this time.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
That's
you
good,
should you
man.
should hire like two people on Fiverr to just do an episode for you.
Like they be us.
Yeah, but not even pretend to be. Just like
Oh,
this
just
is
two random guys talking.
this
We just
is
pay someone else to do a podcast for us. This idea is actually really fucking good.
yeah, and it's just like that's it. Just like, hey,
That's-
this is the Joe and Josh episode,
yeah.
and then and then don't mention it ever
We just
in a
don't
chat.
even acknowledge it. Like next week we
No.
come back, completely normal show.
Yep, just don't even say anything.
There's something to this idea. I can workshop this with Henry. That'd be a good, like, I guess it's already past April, but that'd be a great April Fool's sort of situation.
That would.
That'd be good, man. But anyway, we're back. Zach is here again. Henry's gone because he fucking hates me, and he always
He
has.
does.
But I'm happy to have you, man. It's been a while. I wanted to ask you, and this is a thing that we ask every guest now for some reason, or at least I do. If you had
Infinite games? Sorry.
No, what
I
were
was
you
just saying,
say?
no games.
No.
Unlimited bacon, but no games.
We're not doing that.
Okay.
If you had an alter ego, what do you think that would look like?
Like, do they have to be the antithesis of who I am? Or like...
I think that's part of it, but not completely, right? I think when I asked my friend Angelo this when he was on a number of episodes ago, he asked me for an example, or I was like, let me give you an example so you kind of understand. And I was like, I think I would be, and this isn't the antithesis of me, nor is it like the opposite, but it's like, I was like, I think I would be a pilot, which just feels wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it should feel wrong to you in
like
some way.
another life. Like,
Yeah.
who I think that, like, I'd be an accountant, probably. I think that's enough of, like, the opposite of me, and, like, who... I guess it should be someone that you would be ashamed, or not ashamed,
Not
but, like,
necessarily
it would be a
ashamed.
hidden life.
Yeah.
It's your alter ego, it's the hidden... Yeah, I'd be an accountant, because that's, like, everything I stand against.
I
Of,
would
like,
love to
corporate...
see it's you as an accountant, but also you're like a rapper on the side.
That would be, like, egoception, though.
Yeah.
I'm actually just Jelly Roll, but I work at I work at JP Morgan Chase.
Dude. I hate that fucking guy, man.
Why do you hate Jelly Roll?
I mean, why do I hate Hitler, right? Like, it's kind of the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, Jelly Roll and his genocidal tendencies. They need to be stopped.
I just think if you're like, look, you could do anything you want in your life. Henry says this all the time and annoys the shit out of me. He's like, you just let people enjoy things, But I think if you let people enjoy stuff too much, you don't allow it, but you are certainly complicit with like anti-intellectual behavior. You know what I mean? Jelly Roll is like I don't think he's a bad guy. I would probably, I could sit down with him and I could have a drink and it would probably be fine, right? I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
No, it wouldn't. I
I don't know
want to
Jelly
kill
Roll
myself.
at all.
But I do think that, like, certain people sort of, people, what am I trying to say here? You attract a certain kind of person, okay?
Right.
And I think if you're Jelly Roll, I think the kind of company that you're around, I think the people around you, I think your whole life is just probably fucking miserable, man.
I gotta look up Jelly Roll.
Like, it's all just, he's a bigger guy. He's covered in tattoos. He does country songs. And for some reason, he's on fucking Jimmy Fallon sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, this guy just shouldn't... The internet has given a lot of people, like, the ability to do a lot of really cool stuff. Jelly Roll is not one of those things, with all due respect. Our world would not necessarily be a better place without him, but it is a worse place with him. I believe that in my heart to be true.
But I feel like you just don't have enough data on Jelly Roll to come to these
No, of
conclusions.
course I don't have data on anyone, man.
Also, his wife is beautiful. Just by the way, if you look up Jelly Roll's wife, um, her name is Bunny XO. I don't know what her actual name is, but
No,
um,
that's her given name. Her parents named her
yeah,
that. Bunny XO.
yeah, no, but I just hate country music. So I would probably dislike his and the people who listen to it and enjoy it. A
I don't
large
think they're
section of
bad
those people.
people, but like you have to
I think a lot of them
recognize.
are.
Okay, I think you have to recognize that what media you consume says something about you as a person and the way you live your life. And if you choose to
Yeah,
only interact with uh, Kenny Chesney's famous song, I think my tractor's, or she thinks my tractor's sexy, then you have to acknowledge that that's a thing about you. And you have to be able to have a conversation about that. And I think that's difficult for a lot of people.
yeah. You're really making it hard for me to not be judgmental. So, I'm trying to be less judgmental in my life, but
Okay.
like, yeah, when people listen to country, like that's their main thing. I'm like, most of these songs lack so much substance because they're also not talking about like country. They're talking about pop country.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not talking
At
about
least
like
that's like the most exposure to country, right? Like
yes.
obviously
So
there's
they're
good
not
country artists out there, but
yeah, they're not talking about like bluegrass, like any
no.
of the other subgenres of country. They're talking about pop country. And pop country is just slop. It's just slop.
Except
And
for Beyonce, which we have to say, otherwise you're gonna get a pipe bomb in the
right.
mail next
Yes,
week.
Beyonce is the greatest musical artist to ever roam this earth.
That's correct.
Yes, absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. I don't even know how I even came remotely close to forgetting about that. Because I never would. But yeah, people just like listen to music and it's like the same song over and over again. And this is not just with country. There's a lot of like rap out there that is it just sounds the same.
Playboy
But there's a lot.
Cardi,
Yeah, and
Drake.
like sure, you like one song by them or two songs because they're the two songs that sound different. Um, or just the first two you hear because the rest of them sound exactly like those two songs. Like I get it, but if your favorite artist is like Playboy Cardi or something, it's like it's not. It does say something about you. It says that you don't value music as intellectually as other people do, and you just don't think as much. I'll say it.
And you can I got music and movies that and stuff that I love. That's like it I know it sucks and it's horrible and it's bad, but I just like it. And that's okay because I've done like the heavy lifting already. Okay?
Yeah,
I also
exactly.
like Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Yes.
you can't just be on one side of the spectrum. You at least have to have done the work to like understand the world as it is. You can't just
Yeah.
go in and say, you know who's awesome? Morgan Wallen. He's awesome because he plays the guitar.
A lot of motherfuckers play the guitar.
You can like
Uh,
Morgan Wallen, but you can only like Morgan Wallen if you also like Jimi Hendrix. You know what I'm saying?
true.
Then your
For me,
opinion is valid because it's like,
for
okay,
me,
you know, he knows how to play the guitar.
yes. That's someone who can actually play the guitar very well to a high degree of skill. Um, for me, Electric Wizard ran so that Sabrina Carpenter could walk. I'm allowed to listen and love Espresso because I like Electric Wizard and Monolord, and that makes me cool. And I don't care what anyone else says, it makes me cool. So,
There you go, man.
fuck you. That's my judgmentalness of the day. Is your music, people's music taste means a lot more to me than I realize. I think it's like if you don't like come to me and like tell me you have an interesting music taste, like I'm just like it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's just like, yeah, let's talk about literally anything else.
It's
I don't
like,
want to talk. Yeah,
what are you doing with your life, man?
yeah, or like, yeah, no, it's just not a. It's a beige flag? Is that
Yeah,
what
that's
it?
the neutral one.
Yeah. This is a beige flag of like, oh, your music taste kind of sucks.
What's your beige flag?
Of me?
Yeah, long hair.
I think my beige flag, honestly, it's like not a deal breaker, although
Well,
it has been
that's
in the
why it's a
past.
beige flag.
Right, yeah, right.
It's just a thing about
Uh,
you.
I'm a picky eater. Like, I don't think
For some
it's
people, it's a red flag.
yes. I have been broken up with because I was a picky eater, and that was like a fucking horrendous moment for my life. Still haven't changed anything about it, but
Yeah, because chicken nuggets are awesome, dude. Like
they are awesome.
the fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's like it's a texture thing, and then it's it got worse because like every time I would go out with friends, like people would make fun of me, so I just kind of sunk into it more.
Yeah.
So I never really got out of it that much, but yeah.
What? Okay. So then the natural next question: what's the weirdest thing that you eat? You really fuck
Like
with like udon noodles with mayonnaise in it or some shit.
no, no. But like one of the some of the more adventurous stuff, I do really like sushi. Which is typically like a picky person's worst nightmare
Yeah, yeah.
is like raw fish and like random shit. But
I'm not a
like
big sushi fan.
I I don't like how a lot of it is like cold. I don't really like
I don't fuck
cold and
with cold
savory
food
things.
unless it's cereal or ice cream, really.
Yeah, that's fine. And cereal usually isn't cold, it's like room temperature. I guess if you put milk in it, then
Normally, I'm putting milk in the cereal. Yeah.
right. Well that's one of the fucked up things I do. I don't drink or fuck. I don't eat cereal with milk. I
I don't
just
know what is it with this generation and not fucking with milk, man. Milk is
because it gets
awesome.
soggy and like I'm tired of people like just eat it faster. I don't want to eat it faster. I want a big ass bowl of Lucky Charms and I want to take an hour to 2 hours to eat the bowl of Lucky
A
Charms.
cereal that's bad when it's soggy is just a bad cereal, though. You shouldn't be eating that cereal, is what that means.
Do you like Fruit Loops?
Not really.
Okay, then never mind.
I'll tell you what's okay, and I'm qualified to speak on this because I've had basically every cereal there is to have. At some point,
Okay.
I've had basically a box of everything. I've powered through some absolutely dog shit cereals just to say that I had fucking Special K strawberry flavor and it's ass. And it's
Got it.
for grandmas and it should stay for grandmas and also like, pig slop.
Okay.
The best cereal is cinnamon toast CTC, cinnamon toast crunch, but not cinnamon toast crunch. It's French toast crunch.
Is this an off brand then?
No, it's part of the CTC family, I guess. And it combines the beautiful flavors of cinnamon with the wonderful toast of French. And it's a combining of two magical worlds. And people don't know about
Breast
this.
breast
When I go to
toast
the
crunch.
grocery store, I see a million different boxes of cinnamon toast crunch, but I only see one or two boxes of French toast crunch. Nobody knows it exists for some reason.
Wait, this is a General Mills say. This isn't cinnamon toast crunch though.
No, this is cinnamon toast crunch. I'm telling you, there's French toast crunch. And it's in the same
Right, but
family. We keep it all in house, farm to table, straight from the industrial processing plant to your bowl in the morning.
oh, it is the same. Okay, I see. Oh, General Mills also makes
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing, okay? Or you could go with
What
honeycombs. I like honeycombs too.
honeycombs? Okay. I do like cinnamon toast crunch. I used
It's
to
a
eat that all the
staple.
time.
The thing
I
with
ain't got
cinnamon
sick of it
toast
though.
crunch though is that when it does get really soggy, it's like ugh. But French toast crunch doesn't do that. It gives you the same thing, but it gives you more crunch for your cinnamon. You get less of the sort of the cinnamon dust that just tastes like sawdust when you're left with it. You
I
get more
love the
crunch because it's a slightly bigger. I don't know what you would call a single cereal. An O, perhaps. I don't know. When you're left with a single O, you
big
get a little bit
crunch.
more. Okay, that was more like me biting into an apple, but you get the idea.
I'm still listening to you. I just
That's okay. You're allowed to be annoyed by your hair. But anyway, yeah, man. I think
it's not greasy. It's wet. So just letting everyone know.
okay.
Also, I'm seeing the moist critical resemblance now.
You do look exactly like him.
I keep getting called him at the bar.
Well, maybe you should stop wearing white t-shirts. That would do a lot for you.
I don't usually because I would get like a bunch of shit on it and it would look horrible. So that's why bartenders wear black, is because they get shit on their shirt.
Yeah.
Little bartender fun fact there. Yeah.
That was a really fun fact, man.
Yeah.
How would you describe me in 3 words? You ever get those? Okay, so I've been filling out a lot of job applications, right? And so one time I got this question that was like, how would your friends describe you in 3 words? Or sometimes it's like an icebreaker thing, you know what I mean? You always get this question, but I've never asked my friends this. So I need you to give me an answer so I can actually report honestly. How would you describe me in just 3 words? And that's the difficult part, is that it can only be 3 words.
That is the difficult part. Shoot. I don't really want to do like 3 adjectives separated by commas because I feel like that's just the easy route. Yeah. Probably like pilot.
Okay. Asshole, man.
What would I do?
I could never be a pilot, man. I couldn't pass those exams. I would never know what all the buttons do.
Oh, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Funny. Handsome. This is usually what I answer those questions with.
Okay, that's good. When you think deeply about something.
You think deeply about you're saying I'm very contemplative. I think a lot. Yeah. I'm very I'm a philosopher.
Yeah, I'd say contemplative music man.
Okay, man is one of your words.
Okay, well...
I think people could figure that one out without you having to...
Okay,
it
fine.
just feels a little, like, redundant.
Well, I know, but it's your title. It's your 3-word title.
Oh, I see, I see. You're giving me a title.
You're a contemplative music man, is how I, like... In my mind's eye, if I were to compartmentalize you in a in 3 words as a person, that is probably what I would boil you down to. Because I find you very deep thinking, and you have very intelligent conversation to offer, and you're also like really into music, and yeah.
I think I would give you picky eater man.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm done. I'll see you next year.
All right, man. I'll wrap this up myself. My bad. Sorry, man. Nah, I'd probably give you like
The Jackson situation is crazy. Sorry.
This is the worst podcast episode ever.
I've never seen anything worse than this.
Man. Why do we got to do videos like that, man? You can't just be what the thing is.
It's the algorithm.
People want to say the algorithm, but I don't think it actually works like this, man.
That's all YouTube is it has to be negative for
Moist
it to
Critical
get
has
views.
10 million subscribers. The algorithm is just in his favor regardless of what he does. When he puts a video out, 10 million people get a notification on their phone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true, but
people just care about what he does. How many people watch when he's live? 10,000 people or something like that?
I
Probably
don't know.
more.
I don't watch streamers, so like I don't know.
I'm just
But
saying,
like
like,
all the things I'm looking at on like the YouTube homepage is like all the ones that have a negative connotation have a higher view count.
of course, because people love the drama, man.
Yeah.
I also just think generally views with that are like if a video has a lot of views, maybe it's indicative of like Mr. Beast like tuning all of the knobs in the correct way or whatever, or maybe it's just because the
hmm
video is fucking good, man. Maybe
That's
it's just
true.
because Mr. Beast on the thumbnail it says I crash a train, and it's like I want to see that, man. I want to see a
I would like to
train
see the
crash.
train
Like
crash.
that sounds like a good video to me, to be honest. Like.
Sorry, now I'm going. I gotta get off my YouTube homepage so I can start watching some of this stuff.
Ugh.
Is that a Haley Welch thumbnail?
No,
What
you
the
gotta
fuck?
close it. Close it, Zach. Get out. Get out. The Matrix.
Oh, I took the red pill. All right.
It's dangerous, man. It's a dangerous road to go down.
Dude.
That's the YouTube is like a Trojan horse, man. It lures you in with, big colors and okay.
It does do that.
And then you get in there and it's like, I show speed barking at women or something.
I still don't know how to feel about that guy. I feel like I don't like him,
You don't
but
know how to feel about him.
I don't.
What's the crux of the issue?
I haven't seen the only things I've seen about him like in the past have been negative, but now they've switched to positive.
Yeah, but
But
you
then
see
I'm
him
like,
jump
but
over a
those things
Lamborghini?
I did, which was very cool, but like that doesn't mean you're a good person. Um
No,
as
I
as a
mean,
one-time event, yeah, that was really cool,
yeah,
but it's very dangerous though.
but that's what makes it
Where was
cool.
his mother?
This is you got to think about it. I show speed. People want to say like, oh, I show speed, or like Kai Cenat. They're new. This is indicative of like the next generation. They want to do big things and they're crazy and they're wild. But our parents had Evil Knievel. You know what I mean? It was the same thing.
They used to go out into the woods and like drink radioactive water for fun
This
and
is
like throw sticks at each other.
this is true. My mom told me like we'll go like walk the dogs near this park where we live, and my mom every time we pass this like one there's like this one like sort of like pull off section where there's like a parking lot and there's like one bench and it leads to like a path or something like that. And every time we pass this one place, she goes, "Yeah, in high school I used to drive over here and like feed French fries to raccoons." And
That's
I was
so
like,
cool,
I was like,
man.
often? And she's like, oh yeah, all the time.
All the time. That's so sick, man. I would so do that if
if
I
you
had the
if you had a
opportunity.
raccoon friend. Or maybe it was different raccoons. Maybe it was she was feeding a whole family of raccoons, a whole community of raccoons even.
Have you seen the video of the dude with the hot dogs? And he's sitting on his porch and there's like a million raccoons.
No, I haven't seen this.
Oh,
That sounds like a
it
fire
is
video though.
it's a delectable piece of content. It's just this like
Might
big
change your
like
life.
southern dude, and he's just sitting on the bench, and they're like crawling all over him. It is like my dream.
Or like cats.
Yeah, they literally were like cats, just like grabbing hot dogs.
Wow.
And it seemed like this wasn't a one-off thing. This is like,
No, that's an everyday thing for this guy.
oh, 100%.
If he
That
wakes
he's
up late, the raccoons are breaking his windows, man. Like
Yeah,
they're getting in there.
they'll do it.
They gotta get their fucking I I don't even know what you feed raccoons. I guess anything.
Oh yeah.
Raccoons will eat like wrenches and shit.
Yeah, they will. I've seen a lot of possums actually around where we live, and I honestly didn't think they were real until I saw them.
Possums.
Yeah, didn't think they were real. I mean, I did. I knew they were real, but like,
They're kind of like a
really?
unicorn creature in a way, yeah.
Yeah, but now and they like always look terrifying. Like their mouths are all fucked up. And I
Yeah,
don't like it.
man. They look like small versions of the worm from Dune.
Yeah, I
But
would
like
agree with that.
rats. Big rats. They're big too. It's fucked up, man.
They're like cat sized.
Also, for fucking animals that only come out at night, you would think they would learn to not go on the road and shit.
Well,
But they be
apparently
doing that all the time.
raccoons. It's true. Apparently raccoons though, that like urban raccoons, they're actually very good at telling traffic, which is weird because you do see a lot
Urban
of them dead.
raccoons. We're talking about the 3 raccoons in a trench coat. They try and go to the movie theater.
No, like raccoons in a city area.
Where are raccoons in a city area, man? Like in New York City, there's raccoons there. I don't buy that.
One yes. 2, there's like raccoons like around where I live, but they like have like a good sense of traffic and like telling like vehicles, like they understand projectile motion and can cross the street safely.
They wait for the walk sign.
They do.
and they ring the button.
They press the
buttons.
They get really pissed off when it's not going.
Hey, I'm walking here. Raccoons can talk.
Hey.
They learned how to do that.
They did. They've lived too much in New York, and now they all have a New York accent.
Yeah.
No matter where they are, it was just the genes got transmitted through Bluetooth.
It's the chips in your brain.
It's the chips that Elon Musk put in the raccoons. Same ones that turned the frogs gay.
Yep.
They put it in the raccoons, but this time it gave them traffic abilities and a New York accent.
I like to think that like raccoons are one of those animals. It feels like they were alive when the dinosaurs were alive, and they're still here for some reason. Like birds.
Yeah,
and
to me,
crocodiles.
they don't feel like that ancient. They feel like, I don't know.
No, I think they've
like
always been
new.
around. They know how to adapt and shit. They're like apes.
It's true, and they have opposable thumbs.
Yeah, and they can hold they can hold rocks,
Mm-hmm.
and they can bang them together.
They can do that. They can hold grapes.
A raccoon can take a test. Isn't that crazy?
It can't, because you give it a pencil and you give it a scantron, it can take the test.
If you give enough raccoons a pencil and give them scantrons, they will pass every exam that exists.
That is true.
The raccoon theorem.
As long as they fill it in correctly, as long as they read the thing that says you can't like slash it, you can't check mark it, you have to fill in the whole bubble.
Which, who came up with that bullshit, man? I feel like if we're
smart.
filling in the whole bubble, we're using a lot of lead that we don't gotta use. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. We could be putting that in our paint.
We could just make the computers recognize what an X is. I think they're more than capable of that.
I don't know, but maybe because just at the time the sensors weren't good enough.
Yeah, probably.
So they needed more.
It's probably like some
a
punch
larger
card
subject.
Shit.
Yeah.
A larger subject.
a larger subject of view for the sensor. I don't know. I'm not.
I like you trying to be scientific when you don't know anything about how this shit works.
I don't. This is my speculation.
To be fair, but
okay. That is my speculation. You were speculating that. Whatever.
I don't speculate, man. I only say things that I 100% know for sure to be fact and truthful.
I would never say anything then. How do scantrons work?
We can't be doing this, man. They probably used like red lights or some shit. And the computer
Scanner reads
knows
the
it
answer
somehow.
sheet by shining light through it and detecting where dark marks, usually made by a pen, thank you, have been placed
It's like
on the
barcodes.
bubbles representing answer.
Isn't it fucked up that the barcodes read the white space in between the lines?
Oh, instead of the, yeah.
Yeah.
That freaks me out. I feel like everything I know is a lie.
It's like when you see the arrow in the FedEx logo for the first time.
I don't even know what the FedEx logo looks like.
Uh-oh. Here we
FedEx.
go.
The arrow.
There's an arrow in the logo, man. Pause the video here and tell us in the comments if you see the arrow in the FedEx logo.
Where is the arrow?
Look in between. Look at the white space to the left of the X. Zach's world is imploding as we speak. And it's all a corporate scheme because their motto is go forward. Isn't that crazy? And they deliver guns to ISIS.
Do they?
Yep, they do.
Oh.
I've seen it happen. Yeah.
Business is great. Business is booming.
If I called you in the middle of the night, it's like 3 a.m,
mm-hmm.
and I said,
They'd probably be awake.
I said, hey, Zach, look, this sucks. Okay. I didn't want to have to call you about this, but I tried calling other people and they didn't pick up. So I'm here. I'm calling you. I'm in jail. Would you bail me out?
Okay. What did you do?
Well, bail costs $2,000.
Do I get it back? Is it like a safety deposit?
They need cash.
It's cash?
Yeah. It's cash.
I could get it done.
But would you do it for me?
I would probably do it for you.
You would bail me out of jail.
I'd bail you out of jail.
$2,000.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I
got something to do this
hopes
weekend.
That you, with the hopes that you'd eventually pay me back over time. Because like I can.
Famously, people in jail are well known for paying people back.
Well, this is under the implication that it's you and not your alter pilot ego.
Right. The pilot who's trying to cheat on his taxes. He's like, my uncle's a bricklayer, which means I qualify for the the Buffalo tax
He's
policy.
trying not to pay his taxes so that he can see his Korean girlfriend that he hasn't seen since elementary school.
Because she's a writer and she lives in New York City, but she still speaks Korean and low-key. Like in a past life, we were like there, but we weren't there, so we're here now.
Yeah, but it's the right people at the wrong time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can have the right people at the wrong time.
It's true.
And
my
sometimes
parents broke up like 3 times.
Raccoons in a trench coat at a movie theater.
And sometimes that's the love of your life.
That's a metaphor. That's a poem, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your lover, this is like one of those Instagram where it's like in typewriter font. Sometimes your lover is a bunch of raccoons.
Yeah.
P. Elverum. It's a quote from him.
P. Elverum.
P. Elverum. That's beautiful, man.
All it's coming up is pilgrim. P. Elverum.
Would you have survived if you were a pilgrim? Like during the first Thanksgiving and shit?
No. I look the part, I feel like.
You could definitely wear one of those hats with the buckle on it, for sure.
Yeah. And like depictions, I don't know what pilgrims actually looked like, but I feel like they
look like Abraham Lincoln, kind of.
Yeah, like I look like this motherfucker.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I could have survived either, like.
Yeah, the odds are you just wouldn't, just based on medicine and
We'd both die
stuff.
of dysentery for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Dude, I want to live. You know how like the old colonies, like the first towns in America. You know, it was like we lived inside a big wooden fence that was like 8 stories high. You know what I'm saying? And like they had all these like little tiny houses, and they had the big chieftain house. I would love to live in that. That sounds fucking awesome, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you wake up in the morning and you go, "Oh, my friend fucking Gerald, lives over there. I'm going to go knock on his door." And I'll be like, "You want to go see the chieftain today?" Cuz you could just
Want
go
to go
do
throw
that.
around Scratch's leather ball?
Yeah. Exactly,
That'd be
man.
dope. Times were simpler.
And we can go to the skeleton man and revive our friend for 100 gold.
And if we really want, we could make the skeleton man have big breasts.
He can have big breasts but only if he wants to.
Only if I leave it up to Withers to decide if he would
We'll
like
ask him
big
nicely
breasts.
cuz we have a preference.
Yeah,
But it's
but I
okay if
wouldn't want to
not.
force anything on him. um,
Oh man. Talking about evil spirits, man. Those times they were infested with evil spirits.
we had to crack their head open with a rock to let the spirits out through the hole
Yeah.
in their head.
But we don't really have
I
the
would.
evil spirits anymore. They're kind of
No, we
gone.
don't. Yeah, now it's just like coal fumes.
Yeah.
Um, I would like to know what happened to the Croatoa colony. I forgot what the name of the colony was, but
You said about like Roanoke
James.
or whatever, where they all disappeared and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think
Oh, it's Croatoan.
I don't know what this one is though. I know the Roanoke, it was like they were like in the middle of nowhere, and then someone went to check on them and they were like all gone and shit.
Yeah, that's Roanoke.
What's the one you talking about though?
The Roanoke.
Oh, it's the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, but there was a tree with the bark ripped off, and well, actually, apparently it was found on a post and also on a tree, and it just said Croatoan, and no one knows what it means.
Hmm. Maybe it
But
means
apparently it was a tribe.
dude, what if in like an ancient language it means like or like an alien language, it means like Fortnite.
Dude, and they saw the future and they were like, "You're gonna have the pilgrim skin in Fortnite."
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be so. Is there a pilgrim skin in Fortnite? Pilgrim
Um
skin
I
Fortnite.
don't think so. Probably not, right? That feels like it wouldn't
No,
fly.
I don't think it would fly. Is there a Scott Pilgrim one?
I
I
mean,
think
that would
people
make
want.
more sense. Maybe people want that one. It's like they're making the Smash Bros character that they like because they want him in the game. Maybe Sakurai will see it.
Maybe.
Dude, what if one day we like went into a pyramid and we found like we translated it and it was like, you know, Ninja Fortnite 2028 the resurrection. You know what I mean? Like
What would that mean, though? It's just prophecy about YouTubers.
it'd
Like,
be
what would be the point?
I think it would call into question our standing, you know? It would be like what maybe YouTube wasn't founded in a garage by 3 guys. It was actually founded by Donald Trump, who has always been alive.
He has.
Donald Trump is one of those people who's like who's born in ancient Egypt, and the aliens took him and they put him in a cryo freezer, but his brain was still active, so he was still able to make decisions. And it turns out Donald Trump was all the people. He was Napoleon, and he was Ivan the Terrible, and he was also Alexander the Great, and he was the Sultan of Oman.
I think honestly, like, yes, I agree with that part. That happened later on, but I think he was three raccoons from when the dinosaurs were around. They find a trench coat. One thing leads to another, and it leads to that and becoming, you know, Alexander the Great,
I love the idea
other
of
notable figures.
Cleopatra. I love the idea that a raccoon finds a trench coat like it's the ape in 2001 with the giant monolith. Oh
What?
man, you ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
I haven't.
The opening scene, it's like 30 minutes long. There's no dialogue. It's this like tribe of apes, and a giant monolith descends from space, and they touch it, and after they touch the monolith, humanity evolves, and they learn how to get fire and stuff.
I'll be back in half an hour.
I rewatched the movie recently, and it's like, at the first time I watched it, I was like 5 stars, perfect movie. The time that I watched it most recently, I was like, maybe it didn't need to be like 3 hours long, but it was still pretty good. Stanley Kubrick knew what
I
he was doing, man.
I do need to watch it. I also need to watch Pulp Fiction just because, like, I just need to.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I,
Pulp
I
Fiction either.
yeah, I just feel like people keep talking. People just mention it all the time. Like,
Yeah,
I kind of want to hate watch it though. Although I've heard it's good, so that might be
we
difficult.
should do movie night. Let's watch it together. I'll pirate it on oneshows.live or
I'd be down to do a
Broccoflix.
movie night. That'd be a fun, like, when everyone is. Well, I guess you're not going back to school, right? You're
No,
just
I'm
going to get a
done, man. I
job.
graduated.
Okay. Yeah, me, you, Henry, Sam, do a movie night.
Boot up
Share a screen.
oneshows.live, dude.
Boot up
123movies.net. It's a
well,
great time to be alive.
Does teleparty still work, or is that
I
not?
don't know what that is. That's the thing where you like you stream the YouTube video to everyone at the same time or whatever.
Yeah, but it was like a um third-party app, but I think it was specifically for Netflix. I still have the extension actually, because with like my first serious girlfriend, we would watch Netflix together on it.
This
Does it still
extension is
work?
definitely like mining Bitcoin in the background secretly.
Maybe it is.
Hey, ball
I
is
think I'm
life,
gonna
man. Get your bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever.
get your bag.
Talking about
Mine
jobs, did you
Bitcoin.
see the LinkedIn post where it was Elmo and he was like, due to recent government changes, I've been laid
I
off
did
from
see that.
Sesame Street. Oh man.
It's
They got Elmo, man. How are they gonna
They got.
he's just a red little guy.
Wait, so Sesame Street's just done?
No, the post is not real.
Oh, I thought it was a real thing.
I mean, it was a real post that someone had made.
Oh, okay.
And it is also the truth that Donald Trump is like proposing to cut funding to PBS, which is
It's good.
the provider, I guess, of Sesame Street.
Class. Has he done anything good?
Elmo?
No, Donald Trump. There's gotta be one thing, right? That he's right.
I know Elmo. He had the rapper Common on Sesame Street, and I thought that was pretty cool. I think SZA was on Sesame Street too.
He was.
I think
She
so.
fuck. She
let
was.
me look this up. Hold on. Or maybe she was saying that she wanted to be on Sesame Street. Yeah, she was there, bro. I see a photo of her with Oscar the Grouch right now. Damn.
SZA on Sesame Street.
And Big Bird, bro. Who doesn't love Sesame Street, man? Who wouldn't want to smoke a bowl with Big Bird? Like,
Whoa,
come
and her
on.
outfit's so cool.
SZA knows what the fuck she's doing, man. We should let SZA make all the decisions from now on.
You should get SZA on the podcast.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Okay.
Man, we can't get fictional game inventor Rick Wallace on the show. How are we supposed to get fucking SZA?
Did you like reach out to
I
them?
sent him a couple emails. Yeah.
Did he respond?
No, of course not.
That would be so funny though.
I
Wait,
know, it'd be great.
What's the official for today?
It's probably something fucking stupid. It's always stupid, man.
It's a piranha.
Okay, well.
Nope, it's not a piranha.
Are we just doing the
give me
official
a
now?
hint.
I'm not. Put the official away. We're on a podcast.
Okay,
right
I'm
now,
sorry.
man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm distracted.
Jesus
I'm distracted.
Christ.
Whatever, man.
Fuck
I
you.
wanna
We
do
can't
the
be promoting
daily-
Rick Wallace if he's not here, man.
That's true.
We're
That's true.
beefing.
Legally, we can't do that.
But if you want to reply to my email.
Maybe I'll start sending him emails too. Oh, check those out.
You get a raccoon plushie?
Got 2 raccoon plushies. This one's name is Reggie, and I don't remember what this guy's name is, but
Okay.
yeah.
Do you
Reggie smells like strawberries, actually.
Dude, wouldn't it be so awesome if we got on TV? You remember when we were kids and everyone thought it was like such a big deal to be on TV? I think we should still try and do that.
I feel like it wouldn't be that hard. You just go to an event that you know is going to be streamed on live television, and you just find the nearest news person.
Nah,
You
but
just
like I want to
do it.
be like interviewed on like NBCS, Channel 6 or whatever. I want to speak into the microphone.
Then do it. Sure, you
And
can figure something
It's
out.
the most beautiful. Imagine, okay, it's the most beautiful woman you've ever seen. She hands you the. She's like, "I'm standing here with two goers of the big festival here in Little Italy. What are your guys' favorite food here at the festival?"
Chicken parm. I love chicken parm.
I love the chicken parm. I love your big I mean the meatballs.
I have a skeleton that could use your big breasts. Please donate to the poor and the needy.
Wouldn't that be? I want to get on the news and I want to say "fuck her" right in the pussy. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Did I tell you about the woman at the bar who told me to come on her face?
No, I would love to hear about this.
Oh, so this woman comes into our bar.
This is a good thing, no?
No, it's horrible. I was just being sexually harassed all night. It's like really bad, but it's kind of funny now in retrospect. Now that I don't have to deal with it. But she came in. Her name is now colloquially skunk hair, because she had like half white, half black, which was cool. It was cool. She's around probably like early 40s.
Okay.
And she comes in, and I can't tell if she's already drunk.
What's the normal age range of the people at the bar? Is she in the normal age range? Is what I'm asking, I guess.
Yeah. Like, we have a decent mix of like younger and older people.
I would imagine it skews generally younger, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like millennial, a little bit of Gen X. Actually,
16-year-olds, 12-year-olds, the usual.
Yeah, like
people.
9-year-olds. Well, during the day, where anyone can be in there, as long as you have like parental supervision.
Yeah, during the day, we're blowing cigar smoke into our kids and shit.
Yes, absolutely. Well, during the day, it's just like an arcade.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we still like serve drinks and stuff, but obviously not to minors. But yeah, this woman comes in, and she's like, Andrew, who's like another coworker of mine.
Oh, okay.
Is Andrew, and he wasn't there, and she was like looking at me. I was like, I'm not Andrew. Because that's what I thought she was talking about. But no, she's like, Andrew WK, and I was like, not my name.
Yeah.
That's also not my coworker's name. Um, I was like, and she just kept saying it to me, and I was like, I don't know what you want from me. Please help. And she's like, you don't know Andrew WK? I was like, no, I have no idea who that is. And she's like, he's like, he's like this partycore rocker. And I was like, what does partycore mean to you? Because to me it means Charlie XCX, and like that's kind of it.
And like brat and
Uh,
stuff.
yeah, like that's what it means to me. And she's like just telling me like over and over that I look like this dude. And she finally shows me a picture of him. I don't look like him at all.
Of
Like
course.
not even close.
No one has ever gotten this interaction right. Where they like
No.
you never look like the person they think you look like. Just ever.
Except I do kind of look like Moist Critical.
Well, yes.
and remotely like Dave Grohl, I guess.
This is the craziest woman at the bar.
This is the craziest ever long. But no, she was, and I was like, oh, like I kind of see the resemblance. I was like, yeah, he's attractive. I'll take that. And she was like, yeah, you're hot. And I was like, okay, cool. But and at the time I had a girlfriend, so I was like, I just kind of was like, thanks.
Thumbs
and
up.
Then
give me a big tip at the end of this.
I don't even remember if she did, honestly. But then she started playing Andrew WK's music on the jukebox. It's not partycore at all. It's just like the most generic classic rock you'll ever hear. It was like not horrible, not great. It was just it just existed.
Just some real like good Pearl Jam. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, like yeah. And then throughout the night, she's like flirting with me more and more, and I'm like still not like reciprocating.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be like immediately just like, fuck off, like, shoot your shot, but like, come on, we're getting to the point of like, you gotta learn when it's over. But her friend comes up and she's like trying not to pay for her drinks. She's like trying to flirt with me and get free drinks. I'm like, no, like you have to pay for this. And her friend was like, oh, I'm sorry, she just really wants to fuck you. And I was like, well, I didn't know what to say, so I just said, that's cool, can you pay for your drink, please?
Good recovery.
And then and then she like and then my friend Garrison, he was working, and he was cleaning the dishes, and like we have a barmaid, which you don't know what that is. It's like a spinning like
it's like the auto
brush
cleaner
kind of thing. Yeah, so you just like zoop 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 inside the thing, and she leans over and looks at Garrison and is like, man, to be a dirty dish in your hand.
That's rizz, man. That's rizz.
And he like stopped, went into the closet, and like beckoned me over, and I was like, I stroll on over, and I'm like, yeah, this woman is insane. And he's like, yeah, one more thing, and she's out. I was like, okay, yeah, she's making me super uncomfortable. And then later on, I'm taking her order, and she's complaining about every drink on top of this. She's like, your Sprite is flat, your Coke is flat, that wasn't a big enough pour, and like whatever. And I'm like, dude, I can't stand you right now. And she's like trying to have me make these like specific cocktails and can't make up her mind. And she's just like the worst customer that could have ever walked in the bar. And so she's ordering a drink. She's like, oh, I want something with like, like citrus and blah blah, and like rum and like come on face, and then like, have a little bit of like orange on it. So she just like snuck come on my face in the middle of her order.
She's like, they won't notice.
And kept going, like without skipping a beat. And I was like, I kind of sat there dumbfounded, because I was like, did I actually hear that or did I not?
Yeah.
And so I pulled Garrison into the closet, and I was like, I can't tell if that lady just told me to literally come on her face. Like I don't know. And so she ends up leaving, but I'm just sitting there like, what possesses you to do something like that? I just don't get it. But now it's a running bar joke to be like, oh, to be a mop in your hand, or or just like anything like that. But yeah, so
to be
next time
a
she
dirty
comes
dish
in,
on your beautiful dick, Zach.
To be a glass being fucked by your dick right now. To be a
I
oh
wish
wait,
I
I
was an
shouldn't
old
dox
dirty
myself.
rag that you used.
To be a Swift. This is dirty Swiffer pad.
If only your Coke was flat, baby girl. That's good, man.
Uh, yeah, no, it was super fun. Really enjoyed that. I had to hide from her while she was leaving. I like crouched behind the bar so she wouldn't see me. It's like I don't want her to like look at me and then
If
come
people drink
back.
too much, they lose object permanence. So that was like actually a
They
good
do.
strat.
Yeah,
It's like how the T-Rex can't. They don't know where you are if you aren't moving or whatever.
true. And that's definitely true.
That's definitely true. I've seen it in I was gonna say South Park, Jurassic Park.
I've seen it in South Park.
In South Park, you know, when the dinosaur is there.
When the dinosaur.
Because the dinosaur gets there. And it says all those crazy things.
Slurs.
Slurs. Talking about slurs, did you see in Fortnite, they put Darth Vader, an AI Darth Vader in the game?
Yes.
Where you could like actually talk to it over voice chat and it will like respond and have a conversation with you.
Yes.
That's kind of wild, man. That's kind of wild.
I think I saw a donkey clip of him like talking to it. But can't you make it say slurs?
There's like a list of shit. I've seen like the code screenshots of like here's the list of stuff that it cannot say. But you can get
People are
pretty
very
close to
creative.
some stuff. And people are creative, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dang.
hearing Darth Vader go like, you know, to be a dirty dish in your hand.
To be a dirty
I don't know how to do a
dish in
Darth
your
Vader.
hand.
I can't really.
To be a dirty dish in your hand.
To me. No, it's not really. It's more of a devil creature.
I don't know. I'm not. I actually don't know the actor's name. I actually watched the
He just died recently.
original trilogy.
What did you think of? You mean like the 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, I actually didn't finish 6, but the first movie, it's all right. It's not like anything crazy, but it moves so quickly.
Yeah.
And there's like zero character development.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because they didn't know if they were gonna make it into a series, so they kind of had to one-off it. The world building was cool, and like all the like designs of like the creatures and all that stuff was sick.
Yeah. Those are some of my favorite movies, man.
Yeah, the spectacle was really cool. I just like the characters were yeah. It's kind of it. Doesn't pass the Bechdel test either.
Yeah. That is true, which is funny.
I don't think any of them did.
No, but it's just good entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It's Sabrina Carpenter, which is fine.
It's like a Marvel movie, like one of the earlier ones that was like good. Yeah.
I was talking to Henry about this before he left, but I just watched Dune Part 2 recently, and I read the book, and then I watched the first one, you know, what it was like 4 years ago or something. It wasn't that long ago. But I was like, man, Dune really is like what, I don't know if you've seen the movie, but Dune really is like what I want Star Wars to be. You know what I mean? Like Star Wars, it kind of veers
part 2.
Too much into sort of like the Marvel, that just happened. You know what I mean? Whereas like, I mean, Star Wars has like its own lore. Like obviously, like it's iconic. It's the lightsabers, the soundtrack. You know what I mean? All these iconic locations and characters that people like because they are like unique and weird and fun. But Dune is like, it's definitely much more mature. It's like, this is what I want out of like a Star Wars story. I want like the political intrigue and the, you know, the sabotage. No, I like the prequel movies, but like whatever, you know. But like the one thing that I was struck so much by in Dune was the costume design, like, and the set design was just magnificent. Like the detail in their costumes was just crazy. Like how. Like all the costumes are like they're like big and flowy, and it's all like using these like muted tones to like blend in with the like desert land. It was all very cool, I thought. Like I had never
Mhm.
seen I can't think of another movie where I was like, damn, everyone's shirts were like on point. You know what I mean? Like it's such
Yeah.
like a
No.
non subject of conversation, but it does so much
Yeah.
for the world for me, I feel like. That really just brings me in compared to Star Wars. Now, I'll say the one thing that I like more about Star Wars is that I feel like there's more for me to like attach on to. Like there's no character in
Mhm.
Dune where I'm like Dune doesn't have a Chewbacca.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is kind of like
Dune
it's like a
Dune
perfect
has
movie, but
Spider-Man's girlfriend and Willy Wonka. That's it.
yeah.
Um, yeah, but I do like I I also should pay more attention to things like that in movies, but I just like I don't. But like when they're doing like the sand walk, I forgot what it's actually called. But like when their costumes
Dune
flow while
walk.
they're doing that,
I don't
it's
know.
like, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But I serious there is like in the extended lore of Star Wars very much like what you would want
Yeah.
in that from Dune. Like there's a lot of really cool like cosmic horror and politic books out there, graphic novels,
Yeah.
like games and stuff. For me, and I don't know much about Warhammer 40K, but like for me, that's what I would like
yeah.
out of Star Wars. Is like some gritty, like terrifying, like cosmic horror stuff. Like
Yeah.
I love that. And for some reason I've been getting a lot of like Star Wars YouTube things like the 10 biggest creatures in Star Wars and whatever.
10 lore moments you
Um,
didn't realize.
yeah. And like the extended universe of Star Wars is so cool from like my outside perspective on it of watching a couple YouTube videos. There's like a ton more than the movies, and like you said, the movies are very much, especially the sequels, are very much like, that just happened, quippy Marvel kind of shit. But
And
there's
they're
so
also
much
just
cool
like,
shit.
horribly written, but that's like a different.
Yeah, they're also really bad. But like even the games, like The Force Unleashed 1 and 2 are insane.
mm.
They're so good. Um Fallen Order was pretty good, although it has like one of the most bland protagonists of all time. But the game was fun. What other games are there? The Lego
The
games,
Lego games, fire.
fucking incredible.
I
Yeah.
like what's the old like DDR Star Wars game? You know what I'm talking
DDR?
about? Or where it's like what's the
Like
it's like
Dance Dance
Just Dance,
Revolution?
but it's Star Wars. You know what I'm talking about? There's like a Just
Connect
Dance game, but
Star
it's all
Wars?
Star Wars songs. Yeah.
Well, there's like Connect Star Wars.
Connect
Just
Star Wars.
Dance
Like
Star
Xbox 360
Wars.
Connect, you're talking.
Yeah. Well, there's Connect Star Wars. That's where the I'm Han
Yeah,
Solo.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, that's Connect Star Wars, which is notoriously horrible, by the
But
way.
there's so much charm to it, you know?
It's funny now, but you probably have to pay $60 for it.
On top of like the 300 that the Connect shitty ass
The
camera
Connect.
cost.
Oh my god, the Connect was insane.
Oh
It
man,
was
I wish
so
that shit
bad.
took off, dude. I wish.
If it was good, sure, but it
I know,
wasn't.
I want it to be good so bad. Do you remember Connectimals? I thought that shit was so fire as a kid, man.
I did not have Connectables.
No,
I
I
did
didn't
have
either,
like
but like I would
I
just
just
watch
liked
the trailer over and over again.
oh, with the
Where you
lion.
have a little lion guy. It's
A
it's
little
like
ATV.
Nintendogs, but on your Xbox. And
Yeah.
with tigers and stuff. It's like awesome.
I really liked I really liked Connect Adventures, like the thing that it came with.
Yeah,
That was a lot of
that's
fun.
like the 1-2 switch party kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I wish and PlayStation had those dumbass Wiimotes with the big balls on them. What was that
There was
about?
something I don't know. There was something always off about them for me. I was like, I hate how this looks. I really don't like them.
It does really look like a vibrator, but like a cool one.
True. Connectables has a 7 out of 10 from IGN.
Using the Sith vibrator. That's
my
probably
God.
somewhere in the lore. Damn, man. Shit.
Dang, if you wanted to completionist Connectables, it would be 25 hours. So
Like speed run.
no, like if you wanted to do everything. The main story is 7 hours.
Oh,
But
you're
the
looking at one of
story and
those like
sides
how
is
long does it take to beat Baldur's Gate 3?
yeah, how long to beat. Yeah. What did they actually write a review for it?
Ooh.
Connectables, IGN.
Probably they do reviews for
They did.
everything, man. They even reviewed
Really
Dead
makes
or
you
Alive
feel like
Extreme
Spider-Man.
Beach Volleyball, man. Like,
Yeah, 'cause it's amazing.
because it's awesome. Because it has
Yeah.
gambling and volleyball.
Have you played it?
I have played it. The game's fun,
It's a
man.
9.2.
Mostly because of the
Holy
gambling.
shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Is it Dead or Alive is like a fighting game though, right?
Yeah, but then there's a spin-off, Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball,
Right.
where you play volleyball.
And there's girls with big breasts
Well,
like withers.
it's not really a main point of the game. Just happens to be there.
Right.
It is probably one of the better examples of like fan service in like media.
What do you mean?
I mean
Like a good example as in like
it's not like
this
it's not like very Reddit like it's not very like this
what
is just
hole are you digging yourself into right now?
It's not very like I feel like most fan service stuff is like sometimes there's like a spin-off of an anime where or like a holiday episode or something like that where it's like literally just explicit perhaps shots and like it's all the characters interacting and there's no like actual like happenstance to anything. There's no reason for anything. It's just because it's just fan service, you know what I mean? And it's clearly like going for it's certainly has an audience that it wants to reach. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball is just like a game that is like fun and there's girls and you like the girls because you like the characters from the game and the boobs bounce a lot, okay, but it's just like
dude,
it's not you don't gotta be weird about it. It's just there's gambling and you give the girls gifts and you play volleyball and the game is fun. But I don't think it goes for like this sort of like Reddit angle where it's like I think if you found people talking about the game, they're not talking about it because they want to like jack off to it. They're talking about it because it's like actually just a fun game and it's a cool spin-off to a series that a lot of people like. If that makes sense.
Word.
Zach's like bookmarking this.
It looks fun. I love volleyball.
Yeah. Who doesn't love volleyball, man?
Purchase.
Add that to my wish list.
Add that to my wish list.
Nah, man, it's no Trojan horse. It's just all game.
It's the plot. It's all plot.
There's a lot of plot in it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That was an interesting how long to beat looking at that because it was 5 hours for the main story, but if you want to do everything, it was 100. So
well, if you want to explore all the girls' stories, there's a lot of girls.
There's a lot of girls.
And there's a lot to know about all of them.
There is. So it's like a dating sim too?
Kind of. Yeah.
Are you dating them or are you just like chill with them or something?
You're just like chilling. And you're like, hey, do you want like a dress? And they're like, yeah. And in exchange for the dress, they go, you know, my father died. Isn't that cool? You know? It's like real life.
They just trauma dump on you after you give a gift.
You get to learn their story, man. Whatever, dude.
Here's
Shut up.
a PlayStation. What are they? What are they called?
What?
PlayStation.
The vibrators
thing.
I don't remember, man.
Wait, PlayStation Wii remote. What the fuck is it called?
I have no idea, dude. I don't think we're gonna get there.
PlayStation ball controller. Oh, it's just a motion controller.
Fucked up, man.
I think I'd give that as a gift.
Okay. I mean, you know, try it. Let me know how that works.
Okay.
What do you think is the most annoying trait I have?
What's the most annoying trait? I say like contemplative movie man. Probably.
Yeah, I get that a lot. People don't want to hear
be the most...
what I say about fucking Dune Part 3, man. It's coming out.
I don't know. I feel like you don't really have many.
You don't think I'm that annoying?
No.
Because I think I'm annoying
like
all the
sometimes
time.
you're negative, but like I'm more negative.
So it cancels out.
It's just like, why would I complain about something that I do but worse?
You'd be a hypocrite. And you can't be seen as a hypocrite. That's the worst of all the things to be seen as.
Not catching me.
Because you got to go fast.
Yeah, how would you describe me in 3 words?
I would say you are smart.
Leader.
I would say raucous. Inquisitive. And voluptuous.
I make or constitute disturbingly harsh and loud noise.
No, I would say I would say long.
Can't just describe my hair.
No, I'm saying you're, as a person, you're long. You're tall. You are tall. How tall are you? You're like 6'2" or some shit.
I think I'm probably 6'1".
That's crazy, man. And usually, whenever I see you, you're walking into the house with roller skates on. So you're like even taller than that.
So then I'm like 6'3".
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say you're long.
Okay. I'll take long.
I would say you're hairy. And I would say if there was one word, and this is one of those words where like we don't have this in the English language, but in some other language, maybe a singular word exists to describe this. But I would say if there was a word for beautiful eyes, that's what I would say.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
I'll take that.
You know,
so long, beautiful eyes and hairy.
That's
long, hairy, beautiful eyes.
Those are the 3 things that I think make you.
All right. So what's the most annoying thing about me?
I think sometimes uh you can sometimes the thing of you're just too nice, and that's like bad, right? Because it's like we all
Is
try
this a
and be.
genuine thing?
No.
Okay. I
This
think
is
so.
this is my worst nightmare, is being genuine. If I were to give
I have
an
an idea of what it's gonna be,
okay,
but
well, what's your idea of what it's gonna be?
um, possibly I like to go on political rants sometimes when I don't really know what I'm talking about.
That's definitely true for sure.
Yeah.
But like, your heart's in the right place. You're a good kid.
Thanks, man.
You know what
Because
I'm
I'm too
saying?
nice.
Because you're too nice. You're
Yeah.
too thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like, you know, I think sometimes like we are just passionate about stuff, and you're like, and look, I'm usually right there with you. Like I feel your passion, 100% as much, or maybe not as much. I'm not gonna compare, but like I feel it just the same as you do. But like, we channel stuff in different ways, especially when it's things that like impact our lives or that you feel is making like some sort of big difference in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I share a lot of the same anger and frustration as you do, but we just channel it differently, I think.
Fair.
You take it to the public forum and try and win in the marketplace of ideas, whereas I play guitar. It's a little bit different, but
True.
ultimately
Yeah.
the same. If we're
True.
considering the journey, I suppose. In not just the destination, because that's what it's really about. Is how do you get there, not where you're going. Because not everyone can go to the same places. You can only go where you're able to go. So you
True.
should go where you believe.
What if I can't go there?
Well, you try. Because a
Word.
life without trying is not a life at all.
It's true.
So I would say the most annoying thing about you is that, I don't know. I don't really think you're that annoying, man. This is all to say
So I'm saying.
I think we're both like just fairly normal human beings. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think it's good that we have to cherry pick annoyances in each
Yeah,
other. I
that's
think
ultimately a
that's
good
pretty good.
thing.
Yeah.
And I could be like, you know, honestly, the most annoying thing about you is like once a week you should just go like eat a food that's not protein pasta or something. But
Yeah, it's
I'm right
true.
there with you. I love pasta, man. I make pasta and meatballs like twice a week
Yeah.
because it's awesome.
I should. It's true. It's also the love of my life who will probably never take me back. Likes food, so I should eat food.
Food is the donut of our lives, man.
It's the donut of our
Because
lives.
you need it to survive ultimately in this strange and harsh world. Food is the
It's
thing that we
scary.
all connect over. I can say, you eat pasta, but I eat curry, and that's beautiful. Because we each get down, and the fiber, and it comes from the ground, and you and I were from the ground, but we look towards the sky. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? Because when this ends, the end, the earth, and it's one of it, but it's all of us. You know what I'm saying?
This is like my average conversation with someone at 1:30 in the morning when I'm at the bar.
uh,
And I'm like, "Dog, I don't know what you're saying." But I'm gonna smile and nod and say, "Yeah."
yeah. And they're like, don't you ever just wanna? And it goes everywhere all the time.
And then when you think about it like this,
If you
and you
just
and
do
you
it,
and you have
because
to
my wife, and she's gone now, and I'm thinking about it
she
because she just
she
doesn't
took our
get it.
dogs.
She doesn't see it the same way I do.
Don't you get it?
Don't you fucking get it, man? Just like, you want a refill on that rum and gin, or? I don't drink, man. I have no idea.
That would be horrible. It's just two different. There's no mixer. It's just two different liquors.
I have no idea.
Also, my friend Andrew, also my coworker, he got off of work one day, and it was a chill night, so I was just serving him, and he's like, "Can I get a double Long Island?" Which, if you don't know what a Long Island is,
I don't.
it is five liquors. It is triple sec, vodka, clear rum, tequila, and gin. So it's just five. It's like, if you want to get fucked up, you drink a Long Island.
Yeah.
If you get a double Long Island, one, you're gonna get double the fucked up. Also, you can't put the mixer in the glass because it's those liquors and then sour mix and Coke. But we make it in a pint glass. If you do, it's a half ounce of each liquor, so 2.5 for. Well, yeah. If you're doing a double, it's 5 ounces within there, and then you have ice in there. You can't even put the sour and the Coke in. It's just a bottle full of liquor. It's like one of the worst things you could ever drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, he immediately regretted it because I was like, I literally can't put the sour and Coke on top, so here you go. Like, drink this, and he handed it back to me. So, yeah. Anyway.
All right, wrapping up here. Because we're at time. It's been a pleasure
We are at time.
to have you, Zach.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure to be back.
In season 2 of the Waste Management Podcast. Season 1 ended.
Have you broken into different seasons now?
What do you mean?
Like, is this actually season 2 that you're in?
Yeah. This is season 2, man.
Okay.
This
is a yearly.
This is
break?
episode 103, man. Isn't that crazy?
When does this? That is crazy.
You were on episode 1, and now you're on 103.
I was on 1?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Spotify.
You weren't like on it, but like you popped in.
Oh, true.
Because your desks were next to each other, Henry and Zach's desks, because you were in the same dorm. Wasn't it simpler times back then? Wasn't that beautiful?
It was. Honestly, it was a lot of fun.
And you could go back, and you could go to the Earth with one of us, but it's end together through the trees and the roots and the seeds. Zach, it's been a great time having you back again. Thank you for being here. Henry's going to be back next week. We always have the guests say the last words. So Zach has prepared a poem that he's going to read to us now as the last words of this episode. Zach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Give me one second. I gotta open up my little paper here.
Because it's a long poem, but it's really thoughtful. So I need everyone to pay attention right now, because Zach's about to spit some fucking bars, bro.
Beneath the sky, so wide and blue, the only thing I see are visions of you. And just like a purple flower, I have black mold in my shower.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.